Ladies and gentlemen, I want to present you the most famous, most iconic, legendary Japanese sports car ever made. Nissan Skyline GTR R34 M-Spec NUR. This bad boy, everybody, is one of the two only USA import legal GTR R34s on the show and display. And this particular car belongs to our great friend Don Golubek, who ended up making the purchase of the super rare GTR 34 from our shop last year. And today we are taking this bad boy to Nagoya port to have it delivered to him in the United States. This car, everybody, focus on this, is going to make a history because this Millennium Jade, only 144 made ever at this particular model and color, is going to be the first USA import legal or first USA imported newer in the history of automotive industry. And Don Golubek is making the history with us here at Garage Japan, from Japan, as his supplier. So everybody, in this video, we will be taking this particular car to Nagoya port. We will load it in a container, safe and secure. In one month from now, everybody, expect to see this particular NUR on the highways of the United States as the first ever new made it legally on the show and display. Before the delivery of the car, I'd like to share you guys the story of this particular M-Spec NUR, the owner, and how he ended up being the first guy ever to be able to get the permission of NUR to be imported to the United States on the show and display. Owner of this particular limited M-Spec NUR GTR 34 reached out to us in the summer of 2018 looking for USA import legal GTR R34. And long story short, we were able to source him this particular GTR 34 M-Spec NUR in September 2018. And ever since, we've been storing the car here at our shop as a part of our fleet of R34 GTRs. And by then, and by actually February 2019, he was able to get the permission to import this particular M-Spec NUR to the United States under show and display regulations from two different USA agencies that dictate show and display import regulations, which are EPA and as well as NHTSA. So once he got his permissions, once the car is all set to be delivered to the United States, we are, as you guys can see, in the process of having the car delivered to the Nagoya port, where we will be loading the car to the container and it will be headed to New York port. To the United States, where Donald Golubek will be excitedly waiting to receive his very first M-Spec NUR imported to the United States under show and display regulations. Very first, most iconic GTR R34 that comes with a badge of NUR. And Don Golubek found out about our shop through the videos of our new stuff right here, Spencer. He has been running a channel called
Your Car Bro.
Your Car Bro. And Don Golubek, first of all, I guess found out about our shop through one of your videos that you made, particularly on your visit to our shop, right, Spencer?
Yeah, it was really cool. He reached out after I came last May. I guess he reached out this past summer and told me what he was in search of, and I started the process to help him, and then it went from there, and here we are delivering the first one to the USA.
Awesome, wonderful. And as you guys can see, ever since Spencer visited our shop, and he's been very supportive as well. And at the end, as you guys can see, he's got the shirt, and he is in Japan and official member of the shop right now. And in this video, I'm gonna hand over the camera to Spencer right now, and he will be telling you guys a little bit further about this particular M-Spec NUR.
I know you guys are excited to see this thing on the road, and I'm excited to take this thing down the road to the port. Don, it's an amazing car. I just want to share a few things about this car before we do take off. I'm not going to take long though, because I know you guys want to see this thing on the road. Don's M-Spec NUR is absolutely beautiful. As Justin mentioned, there was only 144 produced in the Millennium Jade color. 285 total M-Spec NURs. In 2002, Nissan knew that it was coming to the end of the R34 GTR, and they wanted to commemorate that with something special. So about 1,000 V-Spec 2 NURs and M-Spec NURs combined made about 1,000 of these produced. Like I said, the M-Spec NUR was only 285 total, but they really are special. And this one in particular is really, really nice. Silica breath for the V-Spec 2 NUR and M-Spec NUR on the valve covers. On the 16th digit of the model number is an M on the M-Specs, and that plate is gold. That's only on the V-Spec 2 NURs and the M-Spec NURs. So many nice little things that just make it better. And I mean, of course, the engine modifications done to it, all N1 everything, N1 turbines, N1 internals, much more powerful than your typical R34 GTR. And inside, luxury, my friends. The M-Specs came with the leather seats, and it really is a nice touch. You really don't understand how great of a touch it is until you sit in them and you feel them, and they're heated as well. Don also wanted a few upgrades done to the car before we shipped it out. He wanted the carbon fiber steering wheel installed, the Nismo 320 kilometer cluster. That's another thing that the V-Spec 2 and M-Spec NURs came with, was actually a 300 kilometer cluster from the factory instead of the typical 180 kilometer an hour. But he wanted the Nismo one, so we put that in. Don plans to really fix this thing up. We shipped him out a Garage Defend cooling panel already, a new monitor, because the lifespan on those is only about 10 years. And he plans to completely fix every little dent, every little chip. I mean, there's really not any kind of big dents or anything, or even big chips, but he plans to fix everything up and make it brand new. Z-Tune fender, Z-Tune bumper. This is going to be an absolutely beautiful M-Spec NUR whenever Don is finished with it.
It feels so good to sit in this Legend. There you go. Watch the sound of it. By the way, Don, look at this. I put the first kilometer on your Nismo cluster. Feels so comfortable holding this special carbon-made steering wheel handle, which of course Don have it made specially made for his car. And we send out the MFD, which will be replacing it, and this car is very clean and exceptionally well maintained. Of course, being 44,000 original mileage it is, which is recorded on this particular original cluster of the car. So now, with all things all set, I'll be headed to the port. Don, it's May 22nd, 2019, and right now I am driving your GTR 34 M-Spec NUR to Nagoya port to have it shipped out to you in the container. Man, as I'm driving your car for about 25 minutes right now already, the way it moves, the way it pulls, the smoothness, transmission, everything about the car is just super amazing. It's a super clean car. Since you bought this car, I've been watching the market in Japan. There has never been one like this available for sale in any condition for that matter. And I think that was a great purchase. And I'm very smart of you to make this purchase of the car as well. It just feels so awesome. We are going to be loading your car right now to the container on 25th of May. Your M-Spec NUR will be leaving Nagoya port inside the vehicle container, and it will reach you in New York next month actually, and I'll keep you updated with everything. But hey man, I just want you to understand that I'm very happy to be part of this process, and I thank you very much for giving me this chance and giving my shop this chance to be part of this history and having the first newer delivered to the United States. And I'm very happy to know you and have you as my friend who is going to import the first NUR to the United States under show and display regulations. But in any case, man, this is a fabulous car, and I just want you to know that I'm thankful for being part of this process of having the car delivered to you to the United States from Japan. And I hope, and I can't wait to hear from you when you receive a car in person in less than a month from now, which is super exciting, isn't it? Stay tuned, my friend. After a long ride, we are here at Nagoya Port container car loading site area where we will put this M-Spec NUR inside 20-foot container before it's gonna be headed to the United States. So we are basically two types of shipments, as I said in my previous videos as well. And the first type of shipment, most commonly used, is called RoRo, where you simply roll on the car to the ship and roll it off once the ship reaches destination. But extra safety feature of container is that no one is going to be driving the car, and that's basically one of the reasons that we choose the don't go back the ship. He is M-Spec NUR inside 20-foot private container. And right now, before we do that, we will wrap up all area of the car. After that, we'll be safely placing it inside the container. So the car is all good to be loaded inside this 20-foot container right now, and our container shipping manager, Okada-san, is going to drive the car safely to the container. Hi! Yo! So there is this much space, as you guys can see, between the end of container, and there's this much space as well as this much space. Now what's going to happen is that one of our guys is going to tie up the wheels of the car with the protected cables just like this, so that car won't be moving in any case if there's any shaking or whatever while it is on the ocean. And this is protected. This is protective area so that when we put the cable in, nothing is gonna be harmed for the wheels of the car. But anyways, as you guys can see, right now the first wheel right over there is already being tied up, and our container loading site manager, Okada-san, just recently bring the car in, and here's the inside of the car. Of course, we cover the car up, and at the end we will also be covering it up while the car is inside the container as well. As you guys can see, the car is already loaded, all is all set. And of course, once we load the car inside a 20-foot container, which is the bigness of this container is like this, you guys can see it from this angle, and every single wheel of the car is tied up with those strong ropes, as well as the cables like this with the protective the plastic covers on top of the cable, so that nothing happens to the wheel of the car. And of course, when we load the car inside the container, we usually leave the windows down. I will show you a little bit from the front side of the car as well, and how much space the car itself has, basically, as you guys can see, while it is loaded in the container. And the ropes are very tied up here, and it's a protection of the car just in case if the container is moving or shaking in any case while it is being loaded to the vessel, or while it is on the ocean, so that even if it is a little bit shaky, nothing is going to happen to the car, or the car is not going to move at all. As the last part of this process right now, what we gotta do is we will be covering the whole car up with a plastic cover, so that it's not necessary, and it's not something we usually do all the time, but this NUR being such a special car, we decided to cover it up with the extra cover as well inside the container. ladies and gentlemen, we pretty much finished up loading the car inside the container with everything tied up and car covered up. All we have to do right now is to do the paperwork. I need to sign some papers for the shipment of the car to New York, which I will be doing it in the office over there at Nagoya port. But for this video, I want to wrap it up pretty much here very quickly. And basically, thank you very much for everybody for taking your time to watch this video. That was the process of the first NUR being shipped to the United States under show and display regulations. And this is very own GTR 34 MSPEC NUR of Don Golobak, great friend. But Don as well, if you're watching this video, I say thank you very much for this opportunity once again, and I look forward to hear from you when you have received the car as well. Spencer, here, would you like to say a few words to Don as well?
Don, congratulations. It's a beautiful car. It was a blast to get a little bit of drive time on the way down here, and I know you're going to love it, and it's going to be the coolest thing in the States that's ever been imported.
Definitely. Legally. Definitely. But anyways, hey, there's a quick message from Ito-san as well.
はい、どうさん、ディフェンドの伊藤です。今回はこの M-Spec NUR アメリカに初めて輸出 OK の省エネディスプレイの第1号の車になりました。ディフェンドとしても最高なヒストリーができました。なのでドンさん、大切に乗ってください。プレゼントじゃないですけど、ニスモのテールレンズつけておきましたんで、よかったら使ってください。じゃあ頑張って。
Back again, everybody. Thank you. And Don, I look forward to hear from you when you received your car, and I guess talk to you again. And everybody, thanks for your time as well, and see you guys all in the next videos to come. Cheers.
Take care.